Okay, as long as I'm waiting for kids to get out of school, I'm reading this. She wrote 1 million paperback novels, but this is her story about her and how she got where she was. Mary Higgins Clark. Yikes. I don't know why she calls it kitchen privileges, but we're going to find out. Oh, here she is at age 4. Isn't that cute? That is so cute. My mom read all of her books, so this was given to her to learn about the author of all the books my mom's read. In the autumn, when the trees become streaked with red and gold and the evenings take on the warning chill that winter is coming, I experience a familiar dream. I am walking alone through the old neighborhood. It is early autumn there as well, and the trees are heavily laden with their russet leaves as they will soon relinquish. There is no one else around, but I experience no sense of loneliness. Lights begin to shine from behind curtained windows. The brick and stucco semi-attached houses are tranquil, and I am aware of how dearly I love this Pelham Parkway section of the Bronx. I walk past the winding fields and meadows where my brothers and I used to go sleigh riding. Joe, the older, setting the pace on his flexible flyer. Little Johnny clinging to my back as we followed Joe's sled through the twists and turns of the steep, sloping field we dubbed Suicide Hill. Jacobi Hospital and the Albert Einstein Medical Center covered those acres now, but in my dream they do not yet exist. I walk slowly from the field down Pinoche Place to Narragansett Avenue and pause in front of the house where the Clark family lives. Once again, I am 16 and hoping the door will open and I may just happen to run into Warren Clark, the 25-year-old who I secretly adored. But in my dream, I know that 5 years more must pass before we have that first date. Smiling, I hurry along the next block to Tenbrook Avenue and open the door of my own home. The clan is around the table, my parents and brothers, aunts and uncles, cousins and courtesy cousins, the close neighbors and friends who have become extended family. There's a kettle whistling, a cozy waiting to keep the teapot warm, and everyone is smiling, glad to be together. Unseen, I take my place among them as the latest happenings are discussed. The old stories are retold. Sometimes there are bursts of laughter and other moments eyes brighten with unshed tears at the memory of this one or that one who had such a terrible time, never a day's luck in his life. Memories come flooding back as I hear the stories retold of tender love matches, bad bargains made at the altar and endured for a lifetime, of family tragedies and triumphs. I can speak for no other author. We are indeed all islands, repositories of our own memory and experience, nature and nurture, but I do know that whatever writing success I have enjoyed is keyed, like a kite is to string, and string to hand, to the fact that my genes and sense of self, spirit, and intellect have been formed and identified by my Emerald Isle ancestry. Yeats wrote that the Irish have an abiding sense of tragedy that sustains them through temporary periods of joy. I think that the mix is a little more balanced. During troubled times, they are sure that it will all work out in the end. When the sun is shining, the Irish keep their fingers crossed. Too good to be true, they remind each other. Something's bound to give. Kate, wasn't it a damn shame about her, the prettiest thing who ever walked in shoe leather, and she chose that one? And to think she could have had Dan O'Neill. He put himself through law school at night and became a judge. He never married. For him it was always Kate. Anna Curley, she died in the flu epidemic of 1917, a week before she and Jimmy were to be married. Remember how the poor fellow had saved every nickel and had the apartment furnished and ready for her? She was buried in her wedding dress, and the day of the funeral, Jimmy swore he'd never draw another sober breath. Wasn't he a man of his word? The faces begin to fade, and I awaken. It is the present, but the memories are still vivid, all of them, from the beginning. May I share them with you? That was the prologue. It's a really good book, and that's why I'm reading it out loud.